Welcome to your upper and lower body circuit. We'll begin our workout with our upper body. So go ahead and grab those dumbbells. We'll start with our bent row, going for 15 repetitions. Feet hip width apart, contracting that back. Go ahead and row those dumbbells right up towards the hips. Make sure you're keeping that breathing steady. Nice long flat back. Abs always pulled in, glutes engaged. A few more repetitions here. Long neck, shoulders away from those ears. And go ahead and stand it up, moving on to the chest. Standing chest fly. For this exercise, you want to think about keeping that 90-degree angle, contracting the upper chest, bringing the elbows towards one another. Again, no worries if those elbows don't actually touch. Just think about drawing them as close as you can. Shoulders away from those ears always. Glutes and core engaged. 15 repetitions. All right, nice work. Working the shoulders next, side lateral raise. Weight straight out to the side, right about to shoulder height is good. Make sure that you keep that nice long line from shoulder, elbow to wrist. Wrists are straight. And I'll show you a side view here. Nice tall posture, natural curve in the spine, engage the core. That means the abs pulling in, glutes engaged, neck is nice and tall. Last couple reps. Feeling that burn. Nice. All right, let's head on to biceps, straight up and down. So you want to keep those elbows right in line with the shoulders. You'll see them right in line, directly underneath the shoulders. Don't let the elbows come forward as you curl. We're keeping all sets with 15 here. Next, squeezing at the top, resisting down, full range of motion. Now, if coming all the way down is too much, you can just bring the weights about halfway down, whatever that good challenge point is. All right, hinging forward into our tricep kickback. 15 repetitions here. Elbows are high, shoulders back and down, long neck. Resisting forward. Side view, nice long back, full range of motion, resisting the weights as they come back in. So you're feeling those triceps work, both as you extend the arms and as you bring them back forward. Last few here. Awesome. As we head into our first set of lower body, you can drop the weights or hold on to them. Feet are narrow, basic narrow squat. So most of the weights through the heels. You should be able to wiggle those toes if you have shoes on. You'll see from the side view here, you want to keep those knees as much as you can over the ankles. And you do that by keeping the core engaged. Glutes are squeezing even though you don't have to. Make them work because those quads are going to work anyways. Chest is up, shoulders away from the ears. We'll go for about 15 repetitions. Excellent. Take those feet a little bit wider, about hip bone width apart. And here we go again, dropping down and up, down and up. Toes can be slightly turned out. Also kind of push those knees out just a little bit as you squat down. So you can choose the depth here. If you're just starting out, don't worry about going very far. If you have the strength and range of motion, challenge yourself. Go deeper into that squat. Just keep that form. Knees as much as you can over your ankles. All right, third set, a little bit wider, more like a sumo squat as they call it. You can place those hands up by your chest if that works for you. Dropping those hips way back. Light on the toes, dig through those heels. If it's more comfortable, you can hold the weights down like this. Nice full deep breathing. Exhale through, inhale at the top. Shoulders relaxed, core is strong. One more set of squats. Let's turn those toes out for a plie squat. Let's take the weights out of the way here. We're gonna keep the back nice and tall. Chest, shoulders in line with the pelvis. As you squat down, you wanna push those knees back towards the toes. Here's another variation, taking those arms up at 90-degree angles. Even more challenging, raise them right over the head. You should feel that heart rate increasing. Challenging, strengthening the legs and the heart. Nice work. You can go ahead and drop those weights, catch your breath, maybe do a few stretches, stretching out the quads here. Make sure you get both sides and continue to let that heart rate lower. We're gonna head back to lower body next heading to the floor for chest. So you want to make sure that that heart rate really has come down below 100 beats per minute. If your heart rate has not lowered, go ahead and press pause, walk around for a minute, and make sure that happens. On to the chest A press, 15 repetitions. Even as your hips are lowered, your abs are engaged, your neck is relaxed. Extra squeeze across the chest muscles at the top of the movement. You can totally be in charge of the weight you choose. Obviously, the heavier the weight, the more challenging this will be, but you've got to do what works best for you and your goals. Nice. Last couple reps here. And then we'll go ahead and gently place those weights down, rock and roll up, back onto our feet. Now go ahead and grab weights for the reverse fly. I like to go a little lighter here. You do what's best for you. We're gonna hinge forward, knees are bent, long back, and fly. Drawing those shoulder blades together, working across that whole upper back. And as you're hinged forward with a long spine, you're strengthening all of those muscles along the vertebrae as well. As you're hinged forward, make sure you engage those glutes to help support, belly button to your spine, going back to our 15 repetitions. Nice work. All right, for shoulders, we're gonna grab one dumbbell, you choose the weight, and we're gonna take the dumbbell straight out in front of the chest and rotate side to side for 20 repetitions. If you can, keeping the shoulders away from your ears, you can lift the weight a little bit higher, maybe right in front of your face, but try not to go any lower than chest height. Awesome work. Okay, weights down, we'll pick up both dumbbells for our second set of bicep curls, outer bicep curl. So you'll notice you'll keep those elbows in close to the ribs, bringing the weights out to the side, wider than your shoulders. Now for some people, it's harder to take the weights outside. You just don't have that range of motion. No problem. You can either keep the weight straight in line with the shoulders or just gradually begin to take the weights a little bit further outside. All right, moving on to triceps, last set here. Once again, you can take one or two dumbbells straight over the head, overhead tricep press. Now for these 15 repetitions, you want to keep the elbows close to the head, elbows pointing forward as much as you can. Straight up, nice line through the wrist, shoulders down, elbows forward. And again, don't force that range. If it's not working for you, just do your best. Okay, about one or two more, bring the weight down in front, and you can place that weight down. Moving on to our legs, once again, we'll do a series of lunges. You wanna glance behind you, make sure there's nothing in the way. Alternating reverse lunges start us here. So nice big step back. You wanna keep that heel high off the ground so that you don't overstretch the Achilles. And you'll see it from the side view. You want to keep that front knee as much as you can over the ankle, the back knee behind your hip bone. Now you can do roughly 16 to 20 reps total, depending on your pace. You can stay with me, you can go slower, you can go faster. Just keep that form, hips, shoulders square, back heel up, core always engaged. All right, now we're going to do the reverse, alternating stepping forward into our lunge. Now these are definitely more challenging. If it's too much to hold the weights, please put them down. You want to keep the core muscles very tight here. As you press back, push off through the heel, and try not to lead with your shoulders. You don't want to hurt the lower back. See how you want to keep that back nice and strong, straight line, pressing through the heel. Inhale forward, exhale as you press back. With or without the weights, again, about 16 to 20 reps total. Nice. You can place the weights down or hold on to one of them for a side lunge. I place my hands here on my hips, press to the side. Nice long stance. So my toes slightly turn out, my hips are drawing back, and my knee is pointing over my pinky toes. So you don't want to let that knee roll inward. If anything, push it out slightly, engaging those outer thigh glute muscles, the abductors. Just place those hands on the hips in front of you like this, whatever makes sense. And again, about 16 to 20 reps total, 8 to 10 on each side. with or without weights. You choose your range. Excellent. Now for our last set of lunges, you can pick up the weights if you'd like to. We're gonna take a nice long split squat stance, back heel up high, drop down nice and low, and then pulse. We'll go for about 15 here. You should feel the burn pretty quick, and I want you to endure it. Hips are square, shoulders square, abs, glutes engaged. Most of the work through that front hamstring, glute, and quad. Nice, go ahead and switch sides. 15 reps, go nice and low. Only come up about halfway each time. That's where the challenge is gonna come. Nice job, 15. Front knees pointing over that pinky toe. Hips are square, back heel high. Breathing. Nice, catch your breath. You can place those weights down. Feel free to walk around for a minute, let your heart rate lower. Take a moment, stretch out those hips, whatever you need. Once again, we want that heart rate to come down a little bit. We're not heading down to the ground, so we don't have to lower the heart rate below 100, but you do want it to lower just a little bit. Last round with upper body, I have a variety of dumbbells with me. We're gonna start with an alternating bent row. Alternating side to side, long back, abs pulling in, glutes tight. Make sure the knees are bent here. Long spine all the way up through the neck. We'll do 8 to 10 on each side. Shoulders are pressing, again, depending on your pacing. You don't have to stay exactly with my pacing. I'm just your guide. Nice. All right, weights go down. This time we're gonna grab maybe a little bit lighter weight, strengthening our shoulders. So weights behind us, palms forward, drawing a half circle, maybe up to the height of your forehead. Nice and strong, long arms, reaching those arms away from you. So think about working all 3 parts of the deltoid, the rear, main, and front deltoid. Little squeeze behind you here, palms are forward, circle around nice and high, but keep that tension. So a good gauge, certainly by the last 5, you should really be feeling each of these exercises. Not where your form fails, but where you feel very challenged. Nice. Okay, weights down. Pick up weights for a reverse scoop fly. So we're gonna start with weights out to the side, contract the chest, bringing the weights up to the center. So arms are extended out in front of you. There's only a slight bend in the elbow. Keep the shoulders down, core is strong as always. And as you scoop, contract the chest to the center, even tapping the weights to the center if that works for you. Inhale back, exhale, squeeze. You're gonna feel those front deltoids as well. A little bit of biceps, but think about the chest. Whatever you think about is going to work. All right, weights go down, and let's head to biceps. This time, again, coming more towards the center. You'll see the dumbbells kind of form an V position as you bring the weights up to the center. Elbows glued to your side, directly underneath the shoulders. Flexing, tap the weights, or bring them close to one another. 15 repetitions. Exhale on the way up, inhale on the way down. Great. Weights down, last set of triceps. This time, bent row position, elbows high, kick, twist, resist in. So notice how I rotate those weights as they go back. Nice and smooth, shoulders helping to stabilize, flat back again, knees are bent, long neck. Try to keep the eyes more downward than up. Rotate, squeeze, working all 3 parts of the triceps. 15 repetitions, last set of upper body. Excellent. All right, you get to put those weights down. Shake it out. Upper body is finished. And for your last round of lower body, we'll be doing a series of balancing leg lifts. Standing on your right, left leg lifts up and back in, 15 repetitions. Now, if you're a little bit too wobbly here, please feel free to hold on to something. If you have a treadmill close by or a wall or a railing, just hold on nice and lightly so that you can really challenge your balance, whether you're holding on or not. 15 repetitions, and we'll switch sides, lifting up nice and high, toes to the front. So even as you're standing on this left leg here, think of lifting up and out of the standing leg as you reach that moving leg, or right leg in this case. Reaching 15, and again, each time come all the way back in, even engaging those inner thigh muscles just a little bit. Next, focusing on those glutes, left leg goes back and forth, straight back in line with your left hip bone. Abs engage, especially as you go to the back here. Keep the abs pulling in tight as you lift. That'll stabilize and protect your lower back. So about 2 or 3 more on this side, and then go ahead and find your balance, and right leg back and forth. 15 repetitions here as well, straight back in line as best you can, hips square, abs pulling in tight to protect the back. Exhale back, inhale as the leg comes forward, all the way in, even tap that heel against the other leg if you'd like to. Last one, and then we'll grab our balance and extending the left leg straight up and out, focusing on the quads and abs. 15 reps, extending that leg straight out in front of us. So I'm placing my hands on my core here. Every time I extend the leg straight out in front of me, I'm drawing the abs in. So that might feel like a lot to coordinate at first, but the more you do it, the more easy it becomes. Just make sure you get that full extension. So find your balance, abs, pull the right knee up, and extend, bend. Full extension. So maybe your knee isn't lifted as high as mine, or maybe it's lifted higher. But whatever you choose, just make sure, again, you have that full extension so that you work all 4 parts of the quad muscle through the thigh and then supporting the knee. Great exercise for that, and balance. Okay, last set here, we're gonna angle to the back. So working in through that outer glute area, 15 reps here, a little bit of inner thigh work as you draw the leg back in. Meanwhile, you're working all of these wonderful stability muscles through your standing leg, glutes, and core. Hips and shoulders square, angling back. Last set here on this side, angle back, squeeze that glute. Nice long waist, lifting up and out of your standing or supporting leg. Resisting as you come in. Last 5 repetitions right here. And then we're gonna finish off our workout with 3 quick sets of 10 calf raises. Toes forward, lifting up and resisting those heels back down to the floor. Here we go. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Quick little break, toes turned out just a bit, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Last set right here, toes slightly turned in, press through the ball of your foot or the big toe. Last 10, feel the work all the way up the leg into the glute even. Last couple repetitions. Nice. That is it. Quick stretch for those calves. If you'd like to spend a few more minutes doing some more stretches, I would encourage that, and maybe even add on one of my core videos as well. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day.